That's true because I agree with that mindset of if you don't quit, you'll succeed. Because the way I kind of look at a lot of things is that there's not necessarily, especially in the creative world, there's not necessarily a failure or a no. Sometimes there's just a lesson. Like you will hit a roadblock, you'll hit an obstacle, you'll have to hit a pivot. But that's fun because there's always, I feel, a new beginning coming. Like, you can be doing this project and then these things happen, all this and then you have this brand new project or these brand new things that you're kind of doing. So I do think that not quitting is key because, it's not like at every single point I have felt as great as I feel now. Because, I had things to learn. My degree was in business, not film. So, I was like, all right, I'm going to treat, my first years of doing everything as school and learn from every project, every experience, everything. And so I think that the journey and not stopping is what then allows those moments of like, dang, I'm really doing it. Because it's easy to get discouraged. Like you say, you have to just show up every day, do it in up and down seasons. There was the pandemic. That was crazy. I was still doing things during the pandemic, but it was kind of crazy because I was actually unemployed for a lot of it, like on stimulus money and all that stuff when in reality, most of the Philly film stuff is funded by my finance job. So it's like necessary to, have everything going in from all sides. So yeah, I'm appreciative of this moment for sure.
And you know what's so crazy? That's what it takes, Philly. A lot of us, when I started, excuse me, when I started in entertainment, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. It required, and I started as a model, so it forced me to get the information. It forced me to study. It forced me to learn. And to this day, I see so many people like they come to me because they see me posting my men on my page and different things, and then I'll post fashion content, and they'll ask me, and I don't get upset, but they ask me, how do I become a model? And I always say to them, that's something you should ask Google. Like the world has kind of become real. And what I'm saying is, even our creatives, you can't be lazy. You can't be lazy. Like literally, I went to a modeling school here in Philadelphia called Barbizon, and I went more so for the book side of it. They taught me about, ties and turns, really, sophisticated turns and half Windsor, full Windsor, how to fold my blazer, always have a black and brown shoe when you come. They taught me hygiene, nails, and I know how to do my own manicures and, things like that to kind of get me there. But then when I left that school and I left that school prematurely because I was like, okay, I was being offered a fashion gig. So like I was like, okay, gig, school, gig. That's what I chose. And I don't look back because that gig started to snowball into me having the opportunity to go to Paris for 6 months. So I don't regret it, but I find that a lot of young people today, they don't do the necessary work needed to understand these careers. And, it is what I don't like about these careers is they see you, they see me. We sit here, we're polished, we're put together. They don't understand that, that's a part of media coaching. That's a part of, you and I both know how to give an interview. We know how to speak. We know how to have a conversation. We know that the cameras are rolling. We know how to behave when the cameras are rolling. The reason why I'm going this way is because I want people to understand that you put a lot of work into who you are. And for you to even admit, you said, listen, my degree's in finance and business, actually, you said business, and that your finance job finances things, but you had to learn like the learning curve. My God.
It's a
And
lot. It is.
go ahead, say, please.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, when I think back to it, I just feel like I did not have any knowledge or preparation of the industry at all. Because even growing up, I wasn't really into pop culture and arts much. I was very big on sports in school. Like, if it was not track, football, or school, I did not know that much of what was going on. So it's like I really have had to spend these years, being a sponge of knowledge. And some of that, of course, always then comes with, oh, okay, if I would have known this, then I would have done this differently. But it's nice because you get to then just apply that. And then everybody shows up. Everybody's here for the evolution of every stage. So I think it's fun because, I had people at our LA Films Fest event last week that I met the day I moved here in 2019. So they saw, me as that person and then now and got to see, I had to evolve, grow, all these things. And so yeah, for myself, I look back and I'm like, dang, it's definitely been, a cool ride. And I really feel like I have a good handle on so much now that I didn't necessarily know I didn't know then because you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
But I'm grateful, for learning from experiences and stuff because technically I could have also gone the route of doing it the grad school way. But I actually just, kind of had a lot of student loans from undergrad. So I was like, if I do grad school, I kind of want to do it closer to like, later in life. Like it felt like too soon out of undergrad for me. So I'm not even opposed to, still going back and getting, any type of, whether it's masters or something like that. I think that would be fun. But it's been really fun doing it kind of just on the fly and learning as I go too.
There is no substitute for experience. There's no good substitute for experience. And I've learned that, my grandmother, she always tells me, I've been at this 21 years and, I've really dedicated and given my all to my craft. I mean, I tend to not really do anything else. I tend to not really do anything else. I literally, I've been celibate for 12 years. I don't believe in distractions. I just, but for me, let's face it, time was of the essence. I literally had the opportunity to go to Paris. I was 22. And then I had to come home because like you said, I wasn't managing my mental health. So my mental health was out of control. My mental health needed to be taken care of. I have 19 years of therapy under my belt. And it wasn't until maybe year six, year seven that this started to form. I was ready to actually allow it to form and let it out. But, a lot of people, I look at people because I'm just like, I witness people so willing to go and sign something. And this goes for all three, fashion, music, and film. They're so quick to just go and sign something because they want to prove to everyone else that they're doing something. And, I'm the type of person where I didn't sign anything. I didn't sign anything because impressing other people was not my goal. Having a lasting career was. And I got that. I got that on my own terms. I didn't have,
Longevity is key.
what'd you say? Say it again, babe.
Longevity is key.
Listen, and that's the thing. Like even these newcomers that come out, music, fashion, and film, I look at them and I go, how long are you going to last? Because I've lasted 21 years. How long are you going to last? And a lot of them can't go the distance because they don't want to do the research. They want to be out front in front of the camera. And I enjoy it too. I enjoy my days in the sun, but I enjoy more my days in the dark, be under a blanket with my flashlight reading these scrolls like this is what you got to do, this is what you got to know. Like, and it's so funny because my grandmother, she holds a master's degree, she's a teacher, and she always says to me, you speak like you have letters behind your name. And I'm like, and me, I had to leave college because of my mental health. I was medically withdrawn, I had to withdraw. So education is always a big thing to me. It always will be. Education is something that I hold near and dear, but I also realize that even an education in a classroom can't prepare you for everything that's out here. And I have had to adapt. I have had to adjust. I have had to cope on many occasions with what was going on out here because, being an independent, there's nobody else to run to if it gets messed up. There's no safety net. You're the safety net. You have you.